Good morning, everybody. It's 10 minutes past 9 o'clock right now, and time to look for your best you. And we do that with our good friend, Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road. And this morning, we're not talking about food or anything you ingest. We are talking about something you may have done in the past. Maybe when you were a teenager, you may have kept a diary hidden under your mattress. Sheree, who knows, there's a place to write down your fears and challenges without judgment. You may have stopped writing in that diary when you became an adult, but the concept and benefits, apparently they still apply, Sheree.
They so apply. So journaling is our subject for today.
Okay.
And you know, part of the reason why I got into this whole journaling thing, you'll remember last week on the segment I was talking about summer reading, and I was sharing with you that I was reading memoirs by a series of different people. And I thought to myself, how on earth do they write these memoirs with such detail? How do they remember things that happened 30, 40, however many years ago? And then I started thinking, well, I keep a journal. Like I've kept a journal over the years, and I went down, I have a whole drawer full of them. And so that sent me down the bunny hole. We've been there, right? The bunny hole doesn't just happen when you're Googling. The bunny hole happens in real life. So I started looking at my old journals, and I thought, this has been an important part of my life for a lot of reasons. So do either of you journal?
I kind of like Lou said, when I was younger, I did. When I was in college, they made us for certain classes. I wish I would have stuck with it because I do enjoy going and looking back because as I've gotten older, my brain also doesn't remember the finite details. I'm usually having to ask my mom. She's like, and she'll fill in the blanks, and it's like I can't always rely on that. So I wish I would have written more of that.
Well, you know, it's interesting because it's not just, for me, it's not just the historical aspect of documenting what happened, it's the whole processing too. You might have discovered that when you write something out, you'll be writing it and you'll start to think of things from a different way. Maybe if it's a conflict with someone, common thing to journal about. You know, you're so angry, you're hunked off, so you want to get that down.
It's like a release. You almost need a release. My thing is, I think we can get stuck in what journaling is, because to kind of an SNL skit, it's like, dear diary, met a boy, more later. It's like it doesn't have to be that when we consider what journaling is. It doesn't have to be a documentation of your day.
Of everything that you did. I had this for breakfast.
That's exactly
right. You don't need to do that.
Yep. And so there are lots of things that we can use in the world to help us if people are interested in journaling and just you don't know where to start.
Right.
So I brought a few things as ideas to get us kind of started. So you can buy journals that are already made, and this is one that I started doing. It's it's embossed, the High Performance Planner. And I bought this because I thought, I want to be a high performance planner. So what I did was, and I'll just open it up, I actually have started to use this, but I actually abandoned it.
Oh, you did?
I abandoned it. So it didn't work for me. And what it is, this is a page that's got a lot of different, it's got a lot of different places for you to write. So it has things like your morning mindset, your top 3 goals and priorities and those kinds of things.
Let's turn around so the camera can see this here.
But you've got to...
But it's like pre-done for you. You just have to fill in the blanks. It's basically what you have to do here.
Exactly. But for me, it was so much pressure. So you had to write, you document your days and that type of thing.
And with something like that, it looks like you'd probably want to fill out the whole sheet. You don't want to leave any blanks.
And then when you don't, you feel like a failure.
It kind of felt like homework as opposed to something you wanted to do.
So you abandoned this one.
So I did that one for about a week. But part of the reason why I share it is just also to say, you know what? That might work. There's some people that does work for.
Yeah.
Right. So, and I'm just not one of them. So the one that I'm doing now that I do like is this one. And this one, see, it's smaller, it's shorter, there's less that we have to talk about. And what you do is you put down what your goals are for the morning. You write down at night what it is that you accomplished. There's the daily affirmations is kind of like, well, here's some good things for you to think about. I really like this one.
Stuart Smalley used to say, right?
Yes, exactly. So I like this one. I'm spending a little bit of time in bed with it, just writing down what it's going to be like the next day, and boom, we're done. But I'll tell you something that I really like. I really like the kind of journaling that I do on my own, so if you hand me that one. So I started journaling on a lined paper journal, like a lot of people do. And our own Michelle Brown, I was talking to her and I said, I need to go out and get a new journal. And she said, what do you mean get a new journal? You know, she makes her
own. She loves making journals.
Build one.
She bind her own books and whatever. So I said, well, I need one of those lined journals. And she goes, you use a lined journal? And I said, yeah. She said, get blank pages. And I said, no, I can't do that because my writing would go up. She bought me a blank book and said, I insist that you try to journal without lines. And I did. And this is just I've been doing it ever since. I write in the journal, I paint in the journal.
Yeah.
And listen, this is an older one. I am not an artist.
There you go.
But you can see that, so
that's not bad.
I wrote that I was grateful,
Okay,
you know. So it lets me sit down and introspect, and that to me is the big part of this whole process.
I was gonna say, why should we be doing this? What is the benefit of journaling?
Because you're spending some time with your thoughts, and rather than just going throughout the day, experiencing it, and then boom, you go to sleep, and then there's another one. Part of why we're here is to reflect on what just happened.
Right.
What does this mean? When I keep my journals, this is from last year, when I look at that, I remember where I was. I remember how far I've come. It's a benchmark.
You had a date on there. We saw the dates on there.
I date everything. Yeah, I think that's really important. Yeah. So processing your thoughts. So Jackie, I brought you some creative prompts.
And I love this because sometimes I'll look at a blank piece of paper, and Michelle has done this process with me because I never see her without her journal. She's very artistic and always has her thoughts down, and I appreciate that because I'm one of those, if I don't write some down, I'm going to forget it. But I don't, she's like, draw something, write something, and I'm like, I don't know where to begin.
Yeah.
Where the heck do I begin? You know, you're so caught up in life and work and what do I have to do? Your creative part of your brain doesn't always click in. Yeah, it's like, why do I now have to act creative for you? But you need to.
Yes.
You need to dip into that. But there's books out there. This would be perfect for me because it's ways of jump starting that and giving you suggestions.
Exactly.
And I saw one in here that people always yell at me for, but I never do. Declutter your desk. What the world?
No, you know where everything is.
I do. How you know, and it explains why maybe not, you know, completely cleaning everything, but organizing and getting your thoughts into certain categories, that can maybe sometimes set off the creative spark.
Exactly.
I love that.
And Lou, I brought you a pocket journal called Wreck This Journal. I thought you would like that.
Yeah.
And it's just little ideas, little prompts, little things you can do. It's the pause that refreshes. So journaling can be documentation of the past. It can be processing.
So there's stuff on the inside of here that you fill out, right?
You can do, exactly.
Okay,
it's like,
I'm gonna open it again.
It's like finish the sentence, or use your various senses to get start. You just draw lines on a page to get your creative, artistic side going. It doesn't have to be perfect. You just have to start.
You just have to do something.
Do something.
Exactly.
That might be the bottom line here. Just do something.
Do it. Just do something.
And I love the idea is you don't always have to be a pen or a pencil. Grab some fun markers and do a drawing, as Sheree did one of hers. I love this. Let's talk about another journal that you have in front of me. What is this all about?
Okay, so that is a journal that I created, and I'm calling it the Explorer's Notebook. It's a courage journal, and I'm just offering that to our viewers. If you want one of those, I'm happy to just send it to you. I want you to have it. It's something to get you started. It's a 2-week journal. It's got some prompts. It's got some ideas, and I really hung up on wanting you people, all of us, to really do something about this.
A 2-week journal, that's a good start.
2 weeks.
Just to
see
if you're interested and really get into the flow of it.
And if you like it, you might want to do some of these other things, and if you don't, okay, you tried.
I love that idea.
Yeah.
So I need to get back.
How do they get a hold of you to get a copy of one of those?
So drop me an email. Tell me that you want an Explorer's Notebook at info@fork-road.com. Or, as you know, you can visit my website, www.fork-road.com. But I really want to hear your experiences with the journal. And 2 weeks, anybody can commit to. Lou, I bet you could.
I might want to give it a try. I'm not sure I have the attention span to sit down with a journal, and to be totally honest with you, be point blank with you, but I might give it a shot to see if I can start scribbling down and see if I can last 2 weeks, okay?
All right, let's try it.
We'll try it.
Okay.
All right. Going to be a good try to give it a
sorry, I'm already in.
She's already journaling, figuring out what she's going to put in the Explorer's Notebook. All right, there you go.